All right, so what are we doing?
Are you asking me?
I'm asking you.
We are gonna mash up some oatmeal and some pumpkin seeds and have Easter with the chickens.
So we were thinking about a fun way to introduce you guys to the animals at Peacefield, and we thought we would do a little Easter. We were gonna do Easter lunch, but we've been unpacking and things have been pretty crazy, so it's gonna be more of an Easter dinner. We found out that our roosters and hens probably will like some oatmeal, so we're gonna rough chop up that as a special little treat, as well as pumpkin seeds. So we got some pumpkin seeds, and those we put in the Vitamix, and so that looks like that now. And apparently, at least according to the internet, it says those are a natural dewormer, so hopefully it's good for them too. And then we saw this amazing watermelon today when we were getting the other stuff, and selfishly we're like, we just want watermelon, but we also realized that the birds can eat watermelon as well. So this could be a huge disaster, but we'll see if we can bribe them to like us and get to know us with a little Easter dinner. All right, while we're waiting for Emma to finish cutting up the watermelon, I thought I'd just give you guys a quick tour. There's Judy. We've literally just unpacked the moving truck, so things are a little messy and our stuff is everywhere, but we already just feel so lucky to be here. Cannot wait to get Peacefield officially up and running and have visitors and do tours and do cooking classes and all sorts of different things. We've got a million dreams for this place. So kind of right to the side of the house, there's a couple picnic tables and a little gazebo, and we're sort of envisioning this as where people, once they arrive, will do some orientation, some hellos, and there's even sort of a shop area over there where we might be able to sell some cool merch. So keep an eye out for some t-shirts and cool stuff to come in the future. Kaiser's going to show us where everything is here. And I could also see us doing some sort of cooking class stuff here if the weather's nice and we don't need any of the big equipment. Maybe just like some Vitamix, basic food preparation kind of stuff we could do out here as well. So yeah, we think we're pretty excited for this area, in addition to everything. I mean, it's just awesome. Judy thinks she's joining us, but she's gonna have to stay outside. She actually gets along good with the chickens, but she does not like seeing us give food to anyone other than her. So she gets a little jealous and protective of food. So she's gonna stay on the other side of the fence. Emma's got the watermelon. We've got the other goods right here. All right, somebody's curious. It's okay. Come here, sweetie. She's checking it out. She's thinking about it. We only just met these guys, so they don't really know how to trust us yet and don't know what we're up to. We spent the first day power washing their chicken houses out, so I think they might have been a little confused, like, what are they up to? They like it. Yeah. That the word is spreading. So it looks like the watermelon is a hit for sure.
Yeah.
We're seeing if anybody's gonna venture over to the pumpkin seeds and oatmeal. Oh, now the word is out.
Oh, come on, little one. We have one rooster who has a bad foot. Good. Good job.
All right, nobody's ventured over to the plates yet. Oh, we might have a taker. It's okay.
Good job, you guys.
Yeah. All right, nobody's tried the other plate, but I'm gonna move it over by the watermelon. You're okay. The watermelon might just be too good that there's no reason to try the other stuff until it's gone. So we need your help naming these ladies and guys, and we thought the best way to do that, at least for the animals that we have right now, would be that the first monthly donors for Peacefield would get basically the first dibs at naming the animals. So if you become a monthly supporter of what we're up to at any amount, you'll be first in line to name one of them. So we'll take the names, and we have about 20 birds. So we've got 20 spots open for now, and of course we'll have more animals in the future. But the first 20 people that sign up to be monthly donors, and we already have a couple, so shout out Kathy, shout out Diana. Thank you very much for your support. We really appreciate that. And like it says on our website, 100% of all the proceeds go towards our mission, go directly towards the animals, and so it'll be good, put to good use, and we can't thank you enough. One of the reasons why even backyard chickens aren't okay to have, even though they're in much better conditions than our factory farmed egg-laying hens, is that we've sort of engineered these ladies to have an egg almost once a day. In nature, they would be similar to a female and lay an egg about once a month if we hadn't sort of selectively bred them over the years. So the downside of that is that it is incredibly just difficult on their little bodies. So creating that much calcium every single day and going through that process is just really taxing to them. And so one of the ways that they can replenish some of that calcium and some of those nutrients that they use to make those eggs almost every single day is to, it sounds weird, but to feed their eggs back to them so they can ingest some of that calcium and again those nutrients. So Emma has one of the eggs fresh from the chicken coop or chicken house, and so you'll see that they actually do go pretty crazy for egg. So
maybe not when there's watermelon.
Yeah, that's a good point. The watermelon might be distracting them, but it looks like we got to take her. So
they get really excited.
They get pretty excited.
Worried.
So they're still finishing up. The watermelon was a huge hit. Emma's sort of overseeing. Everyone got along, even though they were pretty excited. There wasn't any fighting, or everyone cooperated and had a nice Easter Sunday. Maybe while we go over here, I'll show you the chicken houses. So all the birds put themselves to sleep at night, which is pretty cool, and let themselves out in the morning. Being city folk, there's you'll see over here, somebody is not going to be too happy with us. Again, they're not pleased. I know, you're okay, you're a good boy. They're not pleased with us feeding other animals. But these are the two chicken houses, and normally that door is shut at night. And then all the birds go in and out through these little entrances, and it's got an electronic door that goes up and down, so it comes up at sunrise and starts going down at dusk. And you know, we're just learning this. There's a little photo session going on over there. I'm sure you'll see those on Instagram. But you know, we're city folk who are learning to become farmers, and so when we toured the property and talked to the previous owner, and after we convinced him to let us save all the birds and not sell them, one of the things I asked was, you know, this is awesome, you got the houses all ready to go, but how do you get all of them in there at night? I was picturing having to round up all the chickens and put them to bed each night, which I would be happy to do. But again, I had no idea how that happened. And it turns out they put themselves to bed. And so they want to feel protected at night, you know, in case a fox or somebody were to jump a fence and be out here. They want to feel protected. So right, you know, and actually probably not too long from now, as the sun begins to set, they're gonna all wander in and divide themselves up. It's pretty even actually between the two houses overnight, and they'll put themselves to bed, and they have food and water in there. And most of the time, they if they're having an egg, if they're laying an egg, they'll go in one of these boxes, and then if not, they'll either perch themselves on that bar or in the rafters. So the sort of hard part about that is they obviously go to the bathroom everywhere, sometimes on top of their food. So one of the things that we've been doing every day is sweeping that out and washing it, making sure that their water is clean, that their food is clean. And if you're interested in volunteering at Peacefield, that'll be one of the things that eventually we'll have volunteers help us with, is just cleaning out the chicken houses and making sure that they're well taken care of from clean living standpoint. But then you'll also get to do stuff like this. So yes, it includes cleaning up poop, but it also includes sharing some watermelon with friends. And even though it looks dirty right now, Emma cleaned these a couple hours ago. And so it's just sort of a constant job, but we're happy to do it and to make sure these guys have a clean home with clean food and water. Obviously there's a little bit of bribery going on, but this is the closest they've let us get to them so far. You might have visited some sanctuaries before, and you can pick up the chickens and hand feed them. And those usually have been hand fed from birth and been around humans in more of a loving way than, just a kind of general farm way. And so these guys may or may not learn to trust us like that. But even in the first couple days we've been here, this is a big improvement. Yeah, if we do reach that level, that's great. If not, that's okay too. Whatever feels good to them. That's where they chill during the night, but then during the day it's awesome because they have acres and acres to run around and explore and forage for stuff and just do chicken things. So someone is putting the word out that it's bedtime, making a racket, and most everyone's coming to bed. It's only, and we still got, oh jeez. All right, well we're gonna let them get to bed. But yeah, that's how you enjoy chicken on Easter. You just share some watermelon and pumpkin seeds. Luckily, our house is a couple 100 feet away, and we don't hear any of this because they're making a racket.